I'm smiling because Jeff loves to shoot himself in the foot. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And boy, today we have so much to talk about. Casey Neistat has released his documentary about David Dobrik in regards to the accident, what happened with Hannah and Dirty Dom, and basically gives a whole new look or new angle, or more like of a deep dive into the influencers' lives. It was supposed to be about the rise of David Dobrik because he was a fan, and then it basically changed into the rise and fall of David Dobrik. Granted, I don't think it's going to be the fall of David Dobrik, to be honest. Again, Casey's documentary is more about the influencers in general and not necessarily David Dobrik. Just because he filmed David Dobrik doesn't mean that it's just about him, because you can see this kind of behavior with a lot of influencers, especially so a lot of people are saying that it's pro David and a lot of people are saying that it's against David, because in the end of the documentary they say that Casey shows that there's no fallout for whatever David's doing in his vlogs, whether it was the Hannah situation, the Jeff situation, and other situations as well, like Jonah, that hasn't received that much of attention. Just because those videos got a lot of attention doesn't mean that there weren't other stuff and videos and acts that deserved to bring David down. But in all seriousness, the main thing that we should take out of this is that influencers get away with a lot of stuff, like Jeffree Star, James Charles, Tati in the beginning. That's just beauty community drama. You also have Ace Family and Logan Paul and the Impulsive podcast that he has. In Casey's documentary, he's talking about the case with Dom and Hannah and the sexual assault. And he also talks about the accident with Jeff Wittek and the fallout of both of these cases. YouTube is firing videos after videos with Casey Neistat and David Dobrik is canceled and Jeff Wittek. Believe me, all of the above people that were mentioned are getting a lot of money right now. Whether it's Casey with his documentary, David and Jeff with their videos. Even if it's hate watching, or I just want to know what it's about watching, not necessarily just fans watching and want to know. People want to know what's going on right now, so they're going to watch every video that they put out right now, especially David, especially Jeff, because they want to know how they're reacting to each other, what's going to be next, how they're going to be handling the situation better or worse, right? Basically pure entertainment, real lives, but pure entertainment. Casey's documentary, I haven't seen it. A lot of people haven't seen it, and I'm not going to pay $500 to watch it. I'm going to wait until it's going to come out, and then I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to give my 2 cents. A lot of people online are saying that Casey's documentary is pro David, and a lot of people are saying that Casey's documentary is against David because of the whole saga of how it ended. I guess they say that in the end of the documentary, basically, David goes back to his life. There's no fallout from both scenarios. And also there's a thing with Jonah that happened. I don't know much about it, but it seems like a pattern that serious stuff is happening around David and he succeeds to basically hush the whole situation, pay money or something like that. And at the end of the day, a lot of people just want money. And Jeff, again, just wants money from the whole situation. He's already healed. Maybe he has some internal injuries, or I'm not saying that David shouldn't pay for his surgeries or take accountability. But Jeff is in it for the money, and you can't tell me otherwise. He was his friend for the money. He wanted the clout. He wanted to get a house like Jason did because of his videos. So the people around David are around him because they're aware of the money and the positive they're going to get from it. And in their mind, it outweighs the bad. Do I think Casey's documentary is going to be the end of David? No, because again, it speaks more about the influencers on YouTube around the world and how we as viewers validate them, because we watch them and these views give them money. Bottom line. So no, I don't think David is going to be canceled. I think that he's going to take a break and let the dust come down, because eventually YouTube chooses another person to go after. That's just how it is. They're gonna find someone else to basically explode on. David is going to take a seat back. It's not like he lacks in money, because he hasn't been posting for a month, something like that, on his channel. And according to Social Blade, he still got at least 23 million views in the month that he wasn't uploading. So basically people watching his other videos, and he's still getting paid. So he can take a step back. He can think over what's going to happen, especially with Casey's documentary, but he's not going to get canceled because, again, what he's doing is not illegal. The people that are with him doing those videos are consenting adults. They're aware of the risks. You can cross a road and get hit by a car. There are risks in life. So I don't have much to say about Casey's documentary, but I have seen the video that Jeff released in response to David's video discussing the accident. Now, I'm watching Jeff's reaction to David's video, and I think we're 7 minutes in, something like that. And Jeff says that he wanted to swing from the excavator like from a tree, like back and forth. That he didn't mean to do the whole thing. And he says, and that's what's funny in his video. He says, oh, David says that I wanted to swing from the excavator like this. And David never said that. David said, oh, Jeff said that it was boring and I want to swing from the excavator. He didn't say how. So don't try to put words in his mouth like he wanted it a certain way and you want it like this, like swinging from a tree. Either way, the video that Jeff sent to David is neither. It wasn't swinging like this and it wasn't swinging like this. Literally, if you watch just the clip that they shared, it's a guy swinging from the excavator, but at the end, it's like it's swinging off of the water and then he releases it to basically fall into the water. He doesn't continue with the excavator and continue circling like Jeff and David did. So the video has nothing to do with what actually happened and what they say happened. It's ridiculous. It's this back and forward of whose idea it was, and it's so ridiculous because it really doesn't matter. Whose idea it was, it really doesn't matter. You're all adults. At the end of the day, if Jeff wanted to swing from the excavator in a certain way, you need to speak up and tell them how you want it to happen. Don't just assume that other people are going to understand how you want things to be done. Just let David know, agree with, before you even get on it or try to swing from it. Tell him how you want it to be done. It just makes no sense to me. Because he also says that David was inside the excavator when he sent him the video, so he didn't know when he was going to watch it because he saw people in the water. He then scrolled down. He saw the video. He sent it to David, and then they did the whole act. And then David says that he saw this same video only after, which again, it really doesn't matter when he saw it. Jeff said that he wanted to swing from the excavator like Corinna. And that's what I don't understand. How could Corinna do what you wanted to do, and when it was your turn, all of a sudden it starts circling and you're not swinging like from a tree like you wanted? It makes no sense. How come Corinna wasn't swinged from it like this and got hurt? Speak up. Tell them how you want it to be done. In one point in the video, Jeff starts talking about the Hawaii trip and the surgery that he was supposed to have. Now he's saying that Natalie and David were aware of the surgery that he needed to do, and they still went to Hawaii or whatever. Look, man, bottom line, if they went to a vacation without you, boo-hoo. Even if they knew, boo-hoo. You have poor judgment with choosing your friends or the people you hang around with. He knows how David is towards other people, and he's surprised when it happens to him. Basically, it's a game of blaming. You should have done this, you should have done this, you should have taken me out of the video. I came to David's house just to talk with him, and I am a forgiving person. I was trying to move on with everything. So Jeff is trying to move on and give David a chance and know what's going on. And then when he doesn't get the response he wants, he's basically going after him, bashing him, which he should have done to begin with. Not hide it, not act like everything's okay, or call off the lawsuit and blah, blah, blah. He enabled David to act the way he acted. He was still hanging around with them. He was still doing videos with them, even after the accident. What do you expect other people to understand from it? Again, David is a master manipulator when it comes to social media. He's aware of what he's doing. I just don't understand how Jeff is not seeing it. It's just the naivety of people nowadays. I'm smiling because Jeff loves to shoot himself in the foot. In the same video, when he answers to David, in the beginning of the video, he says, "Oh, you think that I am about to die and I'm gonna ask you, please, please don't tell anyone it was me, please, please." And then minute 20, okay? He says, "Okay, yeah, sure, I asked you not to say anything and blah, blah, blah." And then he continues. And I'm like, hold on, no. Wait a minute. Rewind. Something doesn't add up here. Like, you can't, the way he's saying things, it's just like the drama. It's pure entertainment. I'm sorry. I do not feel bad for Jeff. I do not feel bad for David. And I predict that in around 2 weeks to a month, there's going to be a new cancellation, a new exposed video with someone else. And the whole situation with the costs of the surgeries, I don't understand why there's a big issue about this. Because again, it can easily be proven. Jeff says David is not paying. David says that Jeff's assistant or whatever is not relaying the information and they're not able to pay for the surgeries. It can all be proven. Just release the evidence. Release the emails. Show us. Jeff, show us that David is not paying. Show us that your assistant is communicating the right way, and expose David. That's what you want. You want to expose David. So expose David. Show us the emails. Otherwise, it's a he said, she said, and we're choosing who to believe. Show us what he didn't pay. Show us what he did pay. Show us the costs. It's not that hard. Jeff continues to talk about the whole documentary he was doing and that he was trying to get empathy from David and they wanted to see him cry or shed a tear or whatnot. And I don't understand why Jeff is even trying to get David to look good or a little bit empathetic. If anything, he should have just left it the way it is without emotions, because again, the viewers are going to pick up on that. It amazes me how many influencers or content creators, they're just trying to script everything, or well, if you cry a little bit, people are going to think you have emotions about it and you regret it and blah blah blah, and you're asking way too much off of David. If he doesn't want to seem genuine, if he doesn't want to seem like it got to him in any way and get emotional, let him just show that he's cold-hearted. Basically, Jeff could have exposed David way before Casey did. Jeff could have done a David Dobrik documentary around his whole situation and get out of it on top. I love how Jeff is coming after Jason and saying that, oh, Jason is basically trying to make David look good by saying that he doesn't pressure people to do stuff in his videos. And Jeff is saying, oh yeah, like you are pressuring people, and off camera you telling him, oh please just do that, do this, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna get a car, blah blah blah, please do it. Dude, how old are you? Are you in high school? That peer pressure actually works on you? Peer pressure is not easy to basically go against or say no to, because peer pressure works most of the time, and David is aware of it. And I guess if David is doing it, David knows that if he's going to pressure people, they're gonna end up doing the video or doing what he said. So again, Jeff, you're your own person, you're an adult, you know that David is always pressuring people, you are aware of how he is. It's not the first video you're doing with him. So don't come after Jason or David about the whole pressure thing. You're still an adult and it's your choice if it works on you. And towards the end of the video, Jeff says that he wishes that David's name wasn't associated with him. And to my knowledge, Jeff was coming up or was known through David. So the fact that Jeff says, oh, I don't even want him to be mentioned in my Wikipedia page. Dude, you have a Wikipedia page because of David. I mean, anyone can have a Wikipedia page. It's a free site that you donate and they give you information. I can make my own Wikipedia page if I want to. So it has nothing to do with Jeff or David. But I understand why he doesn't want to be associated with him anymore. It's exhausting. The whole situation is probably exhausting David and Jeff. But at the end of the day, they're both getting money off of it. They're getting views, they're getting interviews, they're getting articles written about this. It's like the saying, bad publicity is still publicity. End of story. So they're getting their money. I hope that David will continue paying for Jeff's surgeries. But in general, in all fairness, I do wish Jeff the best. I hope he will feel better. I hope that his mental state will be better. And David as well. Like, I'm not not coming against him. I don't like David, but it doesn't mean I want him to have a mental breakdown or do something to himself. Same with Jeff, yes, but it's, again, this whole drama is going to basically fade away. It's sad to say, but it's true. It's going to fade away. Something else is going to come up. Someone else is going to be canceled. And we're just going to be here sitting and saying our opinion and be the judge and juror. And that will be it for today. I have said what I needed to say. Tell me if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. What do you think about Casey's documentary? What do you think about Jeff not wanting to be associated with David anymore, even though it's impossible? And what do you think is going to come up with this? Do you think that David is going to be canceled? Do you really think that's going to happen? Let me know. Have a great day. See you guys later.